Alright guys, hope you're all doing well, hope you're all keeping safe. So the PTS patch notes are now live, and as I always do with every title update and every patch notes that we get, I want to go over them and just confirm what those patch notes are, what we can expect from the PTS for the first phase. Now it's worth me saying that because there's going to be multiple phases, and for each new phase there's going to be different patch notes. So this may not contain everything, and I don't believe it does. So if there is some maybe in here that's missing, that maybe you were hoping would be fixed, well, maybe that might be fixed for phase 2. So just bear that in mind. So let's get straight into this. So it says, we're glad to see that you are participating in the PTS for the upcoming Title Update 11. The PTS is a developer build, meaning some things you encounter will be a work in progress, bugs might be present, and balance changes might not be final, etc. For the first PTS phase, we'd like feedback on these topics in particular: the summit, so the new PvE game mode, appearance mods, the new TRANSMOG mechanic, new weapons and gear, new skill variant Shrapnel trap, and general game balance PvE and PvP. And then obviously if you've got any other thoughts on aspects of the game, then leave them in the forums. The following content will be disabled during the TU11 PTS and it's not accessible to participants, and that's season 3. So that makes sense. So I was kind of hoping that I could jump on the PTS and see what is coming with season 3, because yeah, that would be nice, but yeah, we're not going to be able to see that, so that's a real shame. And then it just basically gives you an overview of what the modes are. So the summit is the Title Update 11 introduces the new PvE game mode. The summit is free to all owners of the Warlords of New York expansion. The summit brings agents to a skyscraper occupied by hostile factions, and as you progress towards the top, the difficulty gradually will increase, and you'll start seeing more ruthless enemies standing in your way. Just to go back to this point here about free to all owners of the Warlords of New York expansion, they've not actually talked about people who don't own Warlords of New York. Now, they said previously that people who don't own Warlords of New York will be able to play this, but I'm going to presume that it's not going to be free for them. The summit is designed to be highly replayable and also meant to offer a challenge to everybody, from our most dedicated agents to our newer agents. Floors will be different each time you fight your way through the building, as floors are randomly selected from a number of preset designs and gets populated by random AI spawns. This is good news. I didn't think they were going to do this. So I mean, when I heard about this was awesome. Progression throughout the floors is saved at specific rally points, and players can leave and jump back in where they left off without losing their progress. The total time to reach floor 100 and thus unlock all the difficulties can vary greatly depending on the player's skill, equipment, as well as their team configuration. I like how they say team configuration, because they did say this is for solo players. Solo players can complete this, but there's no mention of that here. Highly replayable PvE game mode, 100 floors to fight your way through, checkpoint system and unique rewards. My understanding is that this is going to be extremely difficult to complete as a solo player. Like, you're going to have to be in the 0.1% to do this as a solo player, is my understanding. New feature, appearance mods. Appearance mods, aka TRANSMOG, will become available to you in Title Update 11, allowing for much greater customization of your agent's visual look. You will save the appearance of all obtained gear following the release of Title Update 11, allowing you to override your gear's look with gear of your choosing. All gear is supported by appearance mods. Weapons and exotics are excluded. Note, when logging into TU11, you will need to log into each of your characters to unlock the looks for all on gear. This only needs to be done once, and you do not need to save the gear to keep their looks available moving forward. So yeah, I mean, TRANSMOG is great. I'm glad it's coming to the game. Obviously, I hope this wasn't a feature that took so much time that it stopped them from developing something that I probably would love. But if it's just something on the side, you know, there's no harm in this being in the game. New exotics. So we've got the MPX submachine gun, which is backfire, dealing damage to enemies, adds a stack of 1% crit chance, or crit damage, up to 200 stacks, lasting 10 seconds. On reload, apply a 10-second bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5% armor damage per stack. There's going to be ways to mitigate this bleed, so you could run anything which is, you could run hazard protection, you could run a fixer drone, maybe just to help with the, not the actual status effect itself, but just to keep you ticking over. I know there's something else in the game, I can't remember what it is, where you don't have to reload, so that might work there. Whether that will work with this, I don't know, but it might do. I think that's Ninja Bike knee pads, I believe. Backpack Memento. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides a short and long-term buff. the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped in the last 10 seconds. I covered this in yesterday's video in depth, guys, so you can see this one here, but this Memento backpack is going to be very, very strong. Ridgeway's Pride, the new exotic chest piece. This is tied to the summit. Shooting enemies within 10 meters applies bleed to the target. Repair 1 to 25% of your armor per second for every enemy that is bleeding within 10 meters. 1 enemy is 1%, 2 enemies 4%, 3 enemies 9%, 4 enemies 16%, and 5 enemies 25%. So what the dev said about this is you'll need to get to floor 100. They didn't say whether you had to complete it or not. They just said that at floor 100 you'd be given a kind of like a crafting quest, and that you'd have to become very good at completing or doing the summit in order to do this quest, and so that you could obviously craft this item. The new gear set, which is Hunter's Fury, an offensive gear set specializing in aggressive close combat. The core is weapon damage. Set bonuses, 2 pieces 15% SMG damage and 15% shotgun damage. 3 pieces is 20% armor on kill, 100% health on kill. 4 pieces Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, increasing your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuff enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking it up to 5 times. So you could, with this, you could do 20% extra damage plus an extra 25% extra damage at 45%. And then if you stack that with something like Memento, where you're collecting the trophies, you could get an extra 30% damage, and also here, for the kind of long-lasting buff, you could get another 30%. That's 105% weapon damage, guys. That's how strong this is going to be. This combination is going to be strong. Chest, Endless Hunger, increases the duration of Apex Predator stacks from 10 seconds to 30 seconds, so you're going to keep that buff up longer. Overwhelming Force increases the radius of disorient on Apex Predator kills from 5 meters to 10 meters. And that's the thing, you're also going to disorient enemies. So when you're fighting against NPCs, they're just going to be disoriented, they're not going to be able to fight back. So you're going to be able to you're probably going to be easily able to keep this buff up. And when you've got 3 pieces as well, which gives you armor on kill and health on kill, you're actually going to have quite a lot of health sustainability. So this is going to be so strong, guys. Trust me. New skill variant, the Shrapnel Trap. The Shrapnel Trap scatters a minefield of small explosive devices that can attach to any surface, including enemies, and then detonate based on enemy proximity. Note, this skill will become unlockable in-game when the prime target of Season 3 becomes available, but is available on the PTS for feedback and testing purposes. Hopefully this works better than the Healing Trap, which I've seen a lot of bad kind of reviews about, or not so much bad reviews, but ways to make it a lot better. Hopefully this is going to be a lot better. They said it's similar to like having a sticky mine, but as a trap. New named items: the 612 shotgun, the mop. So this has got 5% armor on kill. The card pistol, which is a TDI card custom, is +1 skill tier when used. Bellstone Armory chest, everyday carrier, perfectly efficient. Using an armor kit has a 75% chance not to consume the armor kit. Specialization armor kit bonuses are increased by 100%. And then Bellstone Armory backpack, liquid engineer, perfect bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 12% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10. New gear brand, Bellstone Armory, a defensive brand set primarily focused on self-sustain and efficient repairs. So you've got the core, which is blue. Set bonuses is 1% armor regen, 2 is 10% armor on kill, and 3 is 20% incoming repairs. So just by looking at this, you could put on armor regen, you could put on 2 pieces of Bellstone, you could put on 4 pieces of Hunter Fury, which means you're going to get 30% armor on kill, 100% health on kill, you're going to get all this damage. You're also going to get 1% armor regen, and if you couple that with somewhat like the Memento backpack, then this also can give you up to 3% armor regen, meaning you're going to have 4% armor regen, and you would also, this means that you would have this as a 4-piece, and you would have Bellstone Armory as a 2-piece. Bellstone Armory being a blue core, if you were to put that with Memento, that means you're going to get plus 40% bonus armor per blue. Sorry, 40% bonus armor as well. So you're going to get that extra armor, bonus armor, plus armor on kill, plus health on kill, plus you're going to confuse, plus you're going to be doing a lot of damage. This is going to be meta, guys. Honestly, this is going to be a meta build. I can promise you that. The new weapons, the Shotgun 612, a compact 6-round cylinder-fed shotgun optimal for close quarters urban combat. And the Card 45 is a prototype semi-automatic pistol, chambered in .45 ACP, utilising the same technology as the Vector, but in a much more smaller package. New attributes, skill efficiency. Similar to weapon handling, skill efficiency is a new attribute that modifies multiple skill focus attribute bonuses at the same time. Plus 1% skill efficiency is equal to 1% skill damage, 1% skill haste, 1% skill duration, 1% skill health, 1% repair skills, and 1% status effects. Developer comment: skill efficiency is currently only available on the new Memento exotic backpack. Now, this was something I wasn't sure about, whether this was only be available on the Memento, or is it going to just be an attribute that you can get. Let's see what happens. I suspect this might become just an attribute in general. With that said, it's very powerful, guys. When you consider all of this stuff here, it's very powerful. Because if you want to run the build that I'm talking about, where... the build that I was talking about, you're not going to be able to run 4-piece Hunters and 2-piece Bellstone, because you're going to need Memento. But you could run 1-piece Bellstone for the armor regen, which if you couple it with Memento, you can get up to 4%, which is still really good. And you could run Memento, then that's going to be really strong. And if you consider that skill efficiency affects all of this stuff here, and Memento can give you 30% skill efficiency, then you're going to be doing 5 cores of offensive damage, up to like between 80 and 100% extra damage with that build. Plus, you're going to have armor on kill, which you're going to have quite a lot of armor on kill as well. You're going to have bonus armor as well. Plus, you're going to have 30% skill efficiency. You're also going to have armor regen. Then all of this stuff combined, it's like the devs made all this stuff to work together, and it does. And it's going to be strong. Gameplay changes. Mod slots on backpacks, chests, and masks are now generic and no longer associated with a specific offensive, defensive, or utility mod type. So we knew about that. That's the agnostic mods. Mod slots on gear are no longer able to be recalibrated. Note: any existing gear that has had its mod slot recalibrated prior to TU11 will have that recalibration automatically refunded, allowing a new attribute or talent to be recalibrated instead. Developer comment: any type of mod, red, blue, or yellow, can now be placed in any mod slot regardless of previous brand set or exotic gear color association. You can now place a defensive or utility gear mod into an Ariador backpack without needing to recalibrate the mod slot from red to blue or yellow. Defensive gear mods can now drop with disorient and ensnare resistances. Increase the maximum status effect resistance value of all defensive gear mods from 10 to 20%. Developer comment: any existing status effect resistance mods will have their values automatically doubled. A defensive mod with 8% bleed resistance will become 16% after TU11, 10% becomes 20, etc. Loot, rainbow loot. Introducing way into gear attributes to reduce the amount of rainbow loot. The first non-core attribute has a higher chance to be of the same colour as the core attribute. Adding all new Season 3 weapons and gear to the general loot pool. Added the new Season 3 brand to targeted loot rotation. And then Season 2 content. Updated Legacy Season cache to include weapons, gear set, and named items from Season 2. Added Season 2 blueprints. Removed Season 2 level requirements from exotics from all sources. Mantis of Val can now be acquired from general exotic sources without any conditions. And then we've got a whole lot of fixes here. And I don't know if there's anything really worth talking about. Fix an issue with the Recal library where the pistol damage attribute lowered from 15 to 14% following the maintenance. That's good because that has been really annoying. Fix an issue causing the Headhunter talent's duration to refresh when swapping weapons. Didn't know about that. That's pretty strong. Fix an issue that would cause the bonus armor from Galvanized talent to apply to rogue agents. Okay. Fix ladders. Fix deflector shield not triggered in some skill talents. Fix issues that with the feedback loot talent sometimes not applying when equipped and some remain inactive when unequipped. Fixed insync talent activating when killing wildlife. I never actually tested that out. I always think to myself, well, who tests this stuff out? With that said, I do go around shooting wildlife in the game sometimes. Fix the polycarbonate cost for crafting SMGs being 3 times higher than intended. That's a good. Anything else really worth just coming over at the top of my head here? Fix an issue causing league missions scale with global difficulty and not the selected difficulty. I wouldn't know about that. I've really not done the leagues, to be honest, guys. Anything else here, guys, that I'm missing? Fix an issue causing new characters created during the double XP Manhunt event only to gain the boost for the first 14 levels instead of 15. Fix the Mantis scope incorrectly highlighting enemies. I never really noticed that when I've used the Mantis, to be honest. Fix the Mantis attributes being extractable at the Recal station. Again, I never noticed that as well. I think that's pretty much it. Fix conflict XP sometimes not being added to the overall PvP XP in the end of the match screen. Fix the name and health bar being placed too high above the decoy in PvP. I wish they included something where you could reduce, you know, the actual, like, what is it, the towers of loot that drop on the floor, just to make stuff easier, names and all that sort of stuff. I'll fix the hostile negotiator's 4-piece talent dealing less damage than intended to other agents. Fix the spotter talent incorrectly doubling damage when used in conjunction with skills. Didn't know about that. Fix the skill duration attribute not increasing the duration of the burn sticky bomb. Okay. Fix the crossbow signature weapon incorrectly triggering ammo bonuses, and fix the Liberty exotic to not trigger from ricochets. There's a lot more here, guys. So, we've got the fix Keena's remaining immune to bullets after his drone self-destruct. So that's obviously really good. And also fix an issue causing players to unable to fast travel to the dark zones from New York. But yeah, overall, there's a lot of stuff here. A lot of fixes and stuff. You guys can go check it out. This is a good one for people who've been asking about this. Fix an issue causing several dies not being applied to the striker gear set. So that's good news. But I'm hoping that with Phase 2 we get to learn more about the balancing side of things, rather than the new stuff, which is pretty much what this is. I'd like to see the balancing numbers and all that sort of stuff. For example, this part here with loot, they said that they've made it so that we have a higher chance to be the same colour as the core attribute, but we don't actually, there's no percentage on that. And I am going to reach out to the devs following this to find out what that is. And once I do, guys, if they do tell me, then I'll put it on the community tab for you guys to see. But that's it for you for today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I do have a video coming out at 2 PM today, so please make sure you've got notifications turned on for that, because you're not going to want to miss it. It's stuff about the new Summit game mode, so yeah, check it out. With that said, thanks for watching. Until next one, Epic out.